Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? It's your boy, Minus Maturity. Another episode of Cambo Greens. Hey, for tonight was not unexpected, but hey, gotta jumping on. I wanted to touch on a little bit tonight. It was something that we discussed actually yesterday on my previous show. So I was like, man, I gotta make this a show and go ahead and knock it out because it was a topic that needs to actually be discussed because this has actually been a trend throughout, should I say, the past 2 decades. It's been a trend. I've seen this issue treading on movies and TV shows, and you know what I'm saying. I've seen the patterns. You know what I'm saying. So it's like this is something that me and other people have had discussions on, and it's definitely a topic that it needs to be touched on. But before we touch on it, we got to get to the basis, and the basis is my YouTube shows, Campbell Greens and Gucci It. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the show. Definitely, I'm trying to go ahead and get me some more subscriptions. So people, hey, subscribe, hit the like button, share. Let's get this information out. Like I said, it's not for me, it's for y'all. It's for us to progress and be a better version of ourselves. But definitely go on my website, mindsmaturity.com. I have product there. As well as I have videos, I have other helpful information describing the products that I have. It actually discusses the benefits of it, as well as it has some blogs and stuff like that. So I'm trying to make the channel well rounded and diverse. So definitely check out the site. I'm going to start actually updating it more often than I actually have been. Just time just ain't been my friend lately, but I'm definitely going to get more prompt onto getting that taken care of. But with that being said, your boy got the massage oil on deck. $25 for 32 ounces. Like I said, this is the best product you want to get when you want to have that weekend love, and you know what I'm saying, you want to get oil down. This is the stuff you want. This is stuff you're going to need to make that night right. Also, your boy got the CB flour. You want to do something more illegal and not be illegal. This is the product that you want to get. I sell it at 4 grams for $20. Trust me, it lasts. It lasts. Unless you're a heavy smoker, it might last a few hours or a few minutes. But this is the product you want to run with. Last but not least, potential oil. Like I said, I love this stuff because if I want to get in the kitchen and cook, hey, I cook with this stuff. I sprinkle a little couple of drops, 2 to 3 drops in my olive oil when I cook. Taste on point. And I get that, not only that full feel good, but I get that relaxation at the same time. Great combination. You can drop it in your tea, drop it in your coffee, or drop it in your water. Whatever you want to drop it in, that's your preference. This is the stuff you need to get. Get that, your boy. I got 2 different sizes. I got the 1 ounce. I got the 2 ounce. 1 ounce for 15. 2 ounce for 17. Check your boy out on the product side of the game, as well as the information side of the game. Because, like I said, I try to keep myself well rounded in what I do, and I like to keep my people informed and updated on the things that improve their quality of life. So let's get at it. Show tonight is No More Son Husbands. No more son husbands. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these people like, man, why he gotta be a son husband? You know what I'm saying? But the reality is that's exactly what he is. He's a son husband. You know what I'm saying? Some of us got him, some of us don't. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of, you know what I'm saying, single mothers, some of them 10, not all, say some. So we're not trying to point out all. We're pointing out some that this actually affects. And the ones that it does affect, this is called a son husband. Some single mothers, you know what I'm saying? You know what? In some cases, even in married couples, sometimes the son end up coming the son husband. So not necessarily just the single mothers, but also marriages where the husband is like lacking and never around. You know what I'm saying? It tends to, the mother tends to sometimes gravitate toward the son and lean on him more as a son husband. So we're going to kind of keep on that trail of, hey, this happens in different parts of the side of the spectrum. Some more detrimental than others, but trust me, it does partake, especially in my community. You know what I'm saying? It definitely partakes a lot in my community. Why is that? We're finna talk about it. While we're talking about that, we're gonna dive into my topic of, you know what I'm saying, the topic that I always steer in, and that's the immature thoughts. Why is it that the son becomes more of the retirement plan than the man that you developed, the kid that now has to have the plan? Why is it that we remove the accountability of lack of matchmaking and settle with others' accountability to step up and be reliable? Why do some people think about, I don't need, but still need of your seed to produce, even though the seed wasn't the one that produced himself? I want you to ponder on that. Let's get with it. Your son is not the man of your home or your house. He's not. Why is that? Because, for one, your son is in training. You know what I'm saying? He's in training. You know what I'm saying? You can't run something without getting some information, some training, some guidance in what you're trying to do. Shoot, even when you start a business, you still are asking people that run the business. You're still going to get certain training to learn how to run your business. You know what I'm saying? You're still going to watch certain videos and take notes, and you're going to network and all these other things to know how to run your business. You see what I'm saying? You're going to do all these things to learn how to run your business. You're not going to just dive into business, know all, do all, and not ask no questions, not get the proper certifications and training to have a successful business. You're going to get the tools, the resources you need to become successful. And as a young man and as a kid, that's what you're doing when you're in a household. Before you get in your household, you are in training. You know what I'm saying? You're in training. And once you leave that household, you know what I'm saying, you can do two things. You can leave your household, probably go straight into a move-in girlfriend, or go straight into being engaged and y'all get a house together after you leave your parents' house. I mean, you probably skip a step where you just probably just dive right in completely. And that's when you now are the man in the house and you are in it. You're in it. It's showtime. That's the work. Some cases, you may go to college or you may stay single for a little bit, have your own place. And, you know, I call that OJT. You know, that's on the job training, where when you first get your own spot by yourself, you know what I'm saying, you're learning the ins, the outs, the positives, the negatives, the pros, the cons, the way, you know what I'm saying, you find your own rhythm, your own groove when you got your own place. You know what I'm saying? Trial by error. That's where you become and develop being the man of your own home. But none of that takes place until he leaves your home. You see what I'm saying? He leaves your home. Because the reality is, your home is not his home. He's renting. He's renting. He has free. It's free rent. You know what I'm saying? He's staying there for free. You know what I'm saying? He got I call it the military special. You get the free meals. You know what I'm saying? You get the free shelter. You know what I'm saying? You get all your free clothing and all that stuff. You know, you got the military special. But that's still not your home. That is the parents' home. You're just visiting. Everything there is a loan. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a forgiving loan or it's a payback loan, but it's not yours. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else earned to have that stuff in that home. Not you. That's not your home. And the thing is, we gotta be careful about how we're training our kids' thoughts on that mindset. Because sometimes what'll happen is, if you kind of say that stuff too many times or so many times in his head, you know what I'm saying? What'll happen is he might not even want to leave your home. Because he's like, Mom, you know, this is our home. Why do I have to leave our home? A lot of people they might not even get that concept of what you're saying. You need to leave the house and have your own. He might not even grasp that concept because he's probably going to be saying, hey, I thought we was already in our home. Why do I have to go find another home when you're saying I'm the man of this house? This is our home. And when in that tendency, in some cases, when you try to get him out or kick him out per se, because in that mind, that's what he's going to be thinking is, hey, she's kicking me out. Why she's kicking me out of our home? Especially if in his mind, he is not mentally developed and ready to leave your house, but you are. You're setting him up mentally for failure. That is not the case of really putting him in the right mental position as he's growing up from child to teen to adult. That is the wrong position to play. The best position to play is always to let them know, this is my home, not yours. You're just here for the moment. So they always will understand, I'm just here for this moment. I need to learn as much, train as much, do as much as I can so I can prepare for my own. You see what I'm saying? You got to be able for them to understand those concepts. You can't put that pressure on a child mind mentally of thinking, hey, I am the man of this house. Because when he thinks those things, what tools, what responsibilities does he have in that process of him thinking that he is the man of the house? What tools is he understanding? We got to get past that and understand and let that be understood that that's not what he is. He's visiting. Next thing, unless it gets dangerous, separate your dating life. And what I mean by that is, let's touch the dangerous part and make that quick. When we come in the situation of, hey, you know what I'm saying, your mom is, you know what I'm saying, dating somebody, you know what I'm saying, he in a gang or he beating her ass, or he may be a potential of being able to beat her ass, or, you know what I'm saying, like any kind of harm's way. All right, get involved. You know what I'm saying? Get involved, get the police involved, get your family members involved, get whoever you feel like the situation will be resolved. Get involved. You know what I'm saying? So when those cases, don't separate yourselves in what your mom, even you, like She needs to get involved if she see that your life or your situation can be getting dangerous. You see what I'm saying? Like, get involved in. You know what I'm saying? Those are the time where, all right, you know what I'm saying? I got to step in. I got to get involved because it's getting heated. It's getting out of control. But if everything is in a controlled environment and there's just pretty much the typical human uh, back and forths, ups and downs, wrongs, rights, situations in that perspective, then we got to understand that we need to keep that shit separate. See what I'm saying? Keep that shit separate. You don't even be knowing all what the hell your mom doing. And your mom don't even be knowing all the hell what you're doing. That shit needs to be separate. We're not friends. It's a mom-son thing. You know what I'm saying? We're not buddies, we're not pen pals, we're not road dogs, stuff like that. Like, we gotta understand that there's a line that needs to be drawn between, you know what I'm saying, the mother, the son, to where each individual gotta have their own individual thing once the roles are the roles of each person has been fulfilled. So when y'all are in the household and y'all like this, her role is to be the mother, nurture, love, take care of you. Your role is to listen to her, do what she say, respect her, all these things. But as you leave the house, you separate from each other. You leave the house, you graduate, you at home, empty nest. You do your own thing, and he go to college or get a job or go to the military, and they do their own thing. And the separation stays in that alignment. It should not be, hey, who you hanging out with tonight? What club you been at? Blah 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 this, blah 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 that. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that. Does not need to be going on, because at some point when you are trying to be so involved in somebody else's life, you tend to not have a life. The goal is to get out of other people's lives and live your own life. Live your own life. Stay out of each other's business in that perspective when it comes to developing other relationships outside of the household that you was raised in. You can't have your mama in your love life, all up in your stuff, all in your situation, while you be trying to become a man, learn your way, and develop your path. No, your mom needs to be out your way and she needs to be doing her own thing. And vice versa. You don't need to be in your mom's business, seeing who she with, who she kicking with, who she getting her groove with. That's none of your business. Let her do her own thing. Let her live her life. If she make mistakes, she make mistakes. That's part of life. She could get in a breakup, trying to find another dude. Cool. Let her live. Because you're going to be doing the same thing. But the goal is not to be so dependent on each other's situations to where you're living through that person. You do not need to be living through that person. It's almost like what we do in tendencies when we're watching television. You know, a lot of us will watch TV because we're trying to live through the lens of what we're watching, instead of putting our priorities and focus on separating fantasy and reality. We got to understand that there is a boundary between fantasy and reality. We got to understand that concept. You see what I'm saying? We cannot keep intertwining fantasy and reality from TV and what we really live. And we have the tendency to do that. And this is the reason why a lot of us are stuck with this situation with the son husband thing. Because we see this so much on television. We've seen this so much on TV with the crazy mom popping up all over the place, the son popping up at the mama's at dinner dates and restaurants. Like, this stuff don't needs to be happening. This shit is embarrassing. This is not how it needs to be. It should never be. We got to get out of that. Next thing, your son is reliable, but he is not your bank. I say that again. Your son is reliable, but he is not your bank. And what I mean by that is, we got to get out the mindset that, like, I even give you me on perspective of me. I don't expect my kids to take care of my wife when they graduate high school, leave the house, and stuff like that. Now, when we get older, and we're old, like in our 70s, 80s, I say about 80s, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? I have everything in place to where, we'll go to like a community thing or whatever we want to do. You see what I'm saying? And we're there, you know what I'm saying? If we can't drive, they can come drive for us and get our groceries, because I know I ain't gonna want to go to no damn grocery store at that time. I'm gonna cuss everybody out. So, like, if they go to grocery stores and, you know what I'm saying, drive us place, be our chauffeur from time to time. But I don't need them to be my personal ATM. I don't need them to be my Bank of America. I just need them when we get older and we're not able to really move around the world the way we can. Yes, we're going to need them to help us move. But when it comes to, I'm in my 40s, 50s, 60s, and I can still cut grass and I can still paint and sweep and I can still move and groove while I'm still in those able abilities, I don't need none of my kids to be helping me on no financial aspect. They don't need to be doing my wife on that, because that's what I am here for. I don't need my sons to be having that burden of being responsible for, because that's what I am responsible for. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm responsible for. And that's where we gotta stop with that, because we don't be realizing how much pressure that we put on our sons, ladies, when it comes to most sons in situations like I see it in sports and other situations where they're literally taking care of two households. They're taking care of their household and their mother's household at the same time. They're responsible for two households. You see what I'm saying? They're responsible of two households. Why? Because the concept is, what happened is women will get that mindset of, I don't need no man, and 5 years, 10 years, 15 years go by, 20 years go by, and they get older, and they say, wait, hold up. I need help. Even though through all the other years, it's, I don't need no help, I don't need no man. But the nasty reality is, you needed a man. You needed a man in the same position, but what you did is you substitute his presence for your son's presence, or your son's presence, and got the mindset of, hey, now I don't need. Yes, you do need, because your sons needs to have wives that should equate for that same need. You shouldn't really naturally need him until you become incapable to walk and move, to where he come by time to time, like I said, pick up. But when it comes to your whole livelihood from decade to decade to decade, this is something that you need to be doing your due diligence while you're capable of finding the man that can be in your life, that y'all can work together and get the shit together so y'all can be together through the test of time. But a lot of us have that concept, well, since we had kids, our kids are going to be our piggy bank. They're going to be the piggy bank. And the raw reality is, they're not going to be the piggy bank. Everybody don't get lucky to have a lot of people aren't lucky to get those kids that are just going to be that ride or die from the test of times, that's going to have the means and the capabilities to manage you from 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. Everybody ain't got that capability. True. Even the rich ones, like their kids, they might have the finances, but they ain't even going to bust a move to even help because they don't even have the want or the effort to even try. They might have the finances, but the effort of even trying, they're not even going to do it. So we got to stop creating these dilemmas for ourselves to where we're creating our sons into positions to not only take care of our needs, to create to take care of their needs and their future wife needs, but taking care of her needs through the test of time, when the nature of the course should be you should have you a grown ass man beside you to take care of your needs through the test of time. Do not set yourself up for failure, and do not set your legacy up for failure. Let's push for a better standard, push for a better mindset of what we need to be looking for. We need to push to get things in order so we're not messing ourselves up as we get older, people. Just because we're capable of busting moves now, do not promise the guarantee of a better position when we become incapable. Plan ahead, understand what's ahead, and understand how to position yourself in the long term so you will not suffer through the time that is too late. Stay focused and work better. And my final thought. The final thought is even when you're deciding to become a single mom and go through this life of adversity, understand that not only you're going through adversity, but your son's going through adversity. They're going through adversity of change with the ability, with not the ability, but the disability of understanding both perceptions of the mother and the father. When your son leaves your house every day, he has the disability of gathering information on different perspectives from a logical and emotional aspect, because normally his viewpoints is only coming from an emotional aspect. That's causing him to have a disadvantage of coping with the world as it is perceived to him. So we got to be able to make better decisions on how we mold our kids. Not only mold them, but how we let go of our kids. Make sure as we let them go, we need to do a proper evaluation on how they are, their social skills, their mental strength, and their self-awareness ranks before we disperse them out here in this world to know where they're going to fall. We got to have those real one-on-one conversations with them. But once we have those real one-on-one conversations with them, you have to leave the chips where they fall and let them start their journey. The goal is to make sure that we're preparing them the right way. And we got to make sure that we are preparing ourselves once they depart. The goal is to not leave our bond and our role as son and mother with no closure. Because we got to understand something, because the real raw reality is when we do this separation thing as mother and son, mothering and son, you just become my mom, not my mother, because the mom has ended. Your role of mothering is done. It is time to just be my mom. That role has terminated to the point of where you got to understand is now is my position has terminated as the student. I have now gained traction to eventually become the teacher. So with that, let's stop staying in the same intertwined position of one and the other and get and graduate to a more fulfilling future that involves a bond of another that has nothing to do with each other. And when I mean each other, I mean the mother and the son. But with that being said, I'm done. I'm gonna do a little quick shout out real quick, like I always do. This is my fam show. She got one on YouTube on Wednesday and Friday nights. She's on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I don't think Snapchat, but I know Instagram for a fact. Also, she has a Discord. Check out a Discord as well. Good stuff. Good stuff. I co-host with her on her YouTube show, so we definitely drop a couple of gems from time to time. It's we have a good time on there as well. But other than that, man, like I said, I try to keep this short and short and simple for tonight, and I'm gonna try to always keep these things very short and simple for now. I'm not gonna do no 2-3 hour drag outs unless I do a panel. Then we'll drag it out a little bit longer. But until the next time, man. Your boy is out, man. I'm about to get going. I'm going to try to catch this Black Widow movie tonight. So me and the kids go pretty much do an all-nighter so we can catch this Black Widow. It's going to be pretty good. But hey, other than that, peace and love. I'm out.